Hey, that happened so fast. Hey there, Soul Tribe. It is the Joy Healer, Kathy Weiss here. I am coming to you live from our reading room on the central coast of California, and this is your weekly energy reading for the week of February 10th through the try that again, through February 16th, 2020. And hey, Source is just wanting to let you know that I use my gifts as an intuitive and a clairvoyant to help people who are feeling stuck, uncertain, longing for more from life, or maybe like they've even reached some sort of breaking point. I help those people find clarity, direction, and a true sense of alignment with their joy and soul's purpose. And that is magic when that happens. We're going to get started with your weekly energy reading. There are so many questions coming in. That was happening last week too. Like I'm just being bombarded with your questions energetically, and I'm going to answer some of them in today's video, and some of them I'll let you know when the answers are coming, or that I know the answers are coming, if that makes any sense. But before we dive into all of that, I want to start off with some energy healing in the form of colored light. And I heard from one of my amazing clients whose life has completely like aligned with her purpose in the last few months. That last week she held her hands up to the video in a replay. It was not even live. During the replay, she could totally feel the energy healing coming. So if you'd like to receive today's energy healing, all you have to do is have your hands in a receptive position. You can open them up towards mine. You can have them face up just sort of like that, or down in your lap, open. If you're not interested for any reason today in receiving the energy healing, it's just a gentle closed position, or, interlaced or face down on your lap. All good in the hood, and it only takes a moment. So, don't feel like, oh my God, it's going to be forever and I'm out. So, energy healing coming your way. This is, by the way, guys, only the third week now that energy healing has been infused into your weekly energy reading and into your emails that come on Mondays right after the live broadcast. So the first 2 weeks, the energy healing was very similar, or maybe 3 weeks, and this week it's different. This week, the colors like a bullseye or circular pattern, but graded, not like specific stripes. A lovely shade of like a lighter sapphire blue, but not as light as the sky. Really just a lovely shade of pretty bright blue. It's a little bit deep. That spreads out to a lighter shade of blue and white ultimately around the edges. Take a moment, receive while I send. Okay, open eyes, hands, whatever you want to do with your hands. Valentine's Day is also this week, and I have this huge desire to do a love bomb on you guys. But the guides are like, just wait until Friday, which is Valentine's Day. But I am rocking my, I don't know if you can see down there, I've got Ellie and Carl from the movie Up, and these are like the balloons from Up. It's like, because I'm loving on y'all, and Valentine's Day. So some of the questions that I've been hearing coming from you guys is, number one, what happened to the weekly energy charge up on Facebook and Instagram stories, where I would post some crystals that I was intuitively guided for you guys and send that energy your way? And I don't know honestly what happened to it. It was like all of a sudden the guidance was no longer there to do it, and I'm hearing it's probably going to come back in a slightly different format or on a different day. So I have some crystals with me now to help, for those of you that are missing that or longing for the energy charge up that's not showing up that way. I think it's because it has been replaced with the energy healing that comes now through the videos. All of my newer social media posts are infused with energy healing, as is the weekly newsletters that I send. So I feel like you're getting the energy that you need, and so we don't need to see the crystals because you're getting what you need. But I have some down here in case you want some. You can even use the comments down there if you want to let me know which one is resonating with you. I've got joy, money, communication with spirit guides, and passionate self-love, and just passionate love in general. Not like romantic passionate love, although that is a part of it, but it's like that passionate love of life and that gusto and that desire to like dive into things, which is interesting because the energy worldwide is slowing down. And I have my notes over here that was sort of like a collaboration between the universal guides of source and myself and some of the wisdom that I have through my trainings about the seasonal, the energetic seasons. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to slide these a little bit forward. They're not going anywhere. They're just like nice and close to you, so you can still be receiving whichever energy you want, and you can let me know about that. But I just want to have my notes close so that we get all the information. So there is an energetic slowing happening worldwide, and some of us are finding that really annoying. I'm going to say even for me, I'm not annoyed by it, but my patience is a little tried by it right now. And so just like, yeah, things are slowing down. The word that I keep hearing is stagnant. Like things are just really like not even moving at all, or they're just moving so slow it feels like they're not moving. And the guidance is to reconnect to your self-discipline, right? Because things take longer than they think and longer than we imagine, especially as we sort of move past the cusp of the new year energy, where it's like, oh, wait, it's been like 6 weeks or 7 weeks and I haven't reached that goal, accomplished that task, done the thing I said I was going to do, whatever. And so that's where some of the slowness is coming from. When things slow down, though, that's all it is. It's a slower progression. It's like, say, like weight loss is really common around the new year. And usually we have like people lose a lot of weight at first and then it slows down. It doesn't mean progress isn't happening. It just means it's happening slower. So this is happening in nature too. Things are slowing down and it's happening all around you. And the collective guides of source want you to know you're nature too. It's like for some reason as humans, we forget that we're a part of nature and we're a part of the cyclical rhythms of nature and life. And this cyclically is a slower time. So it's natural for your progress to feel impeded, maybe even backtracking a little bit. Be at peace with the slowness, and double check your commitments and progress. So this pacing, this slower pacing that we're experiencing is temporary. And the more we can just kind of go with it and not fight it, the smoother this time is going to be for us. And then I'm going to explain to you a little bit more about what's happening and why things are slowing down. But I wanted to give you some guidance that you can use in the next few weeks while we're in this slower moving energy. It's a great time to declutter. Like pick that drawer or that closet or the garage or whatever it is and go out there and clear out the stuff you aren't using, donate, recycle, organize, all that good stuff. And reorganize, like even rearrange your furniture a little bit, or just kind of shake things up in that way. It says refresh and get a haircut. So things that just feel fresh and new without being like major changes, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go back a couple of weeks ago in my notes where I had drawn you guys one of my goofy pictures, even with like I messed up and crossed out the notes, about the energy. So what I was talking about that time was that the northern hemisphere is in Vata season. The southern hemisphere is in Pitta season, and then it's this wave that continues. So in the northern hemisphere, we're at the bottom of the wave and about to swing up into the next energetic season, which is called Kapha. But if you think about like a roller coaster, or like if you rolled a ball in the sink or something like that, it like swoops down at the bottom And then as it starts to go up, it slows down. And then it might even start to slide back down the way it came, or it's going to slow, it's like swoop, slow down, and then it's hard work up the hill. Kapha season is coming next in the northern hemisphere. We're not quite there yet, but it is coming next. And so we're in that place where things are just like, ah, so almost like stopped and stuck, maybe even sliding backwards a little bit, and then we're going to have to dig in deep. So just know that that feeling and that frustration of like, oh my God, are you kidding me? I have to like double down on like getting my taxes done and working out at the gym and cooking my meals and just showing up for life. Yep, that's just where we are. So now southern hemisphere, you guys are wrapping up Pitta and you're going to drop back down into Vata. But if we go back to that sort of like roller coaster image, when a roller coaster gets to the top of a peak, it slows down before it falls and goes really fast again. So southern hemisphere people, it's sort of like you've crested the top of summer when things are like super lively and vibrant and exciting, and it's just slowing down in the transition before you start to like slide into fall where things get really fun and exciting again. And it's like worldwide, we're all just like in the routine. For most of us, if we have children, school is in session, or if we as adults are attending school or teaching school, like just showing up to life and the day-to-day routine and all of that, and it just feels slow and heavy, and like what happened to all the awesome progress that I was making in my life? So nothing happened. It's just going a whole lot slower. And I hear like the question, why? I get it. Like, why do things have to slow down? Nature, guys, if there is one thing that I could reiterate, human beings are not separate from nature. Just because we have the capacity to think and talk and communicate in a really awesome way, we're still a part of nature, and we are not separate from those cyclical rhythms. And if we can just give ourselves permission, even if it's itchy and uncomfortable, and I feel that also with you a little bit, like things were going so great and now it feels like plodding. Just let it feel like plodding. Like, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with plodding. We're still making forward progress. Is that making sense? You can give me hearts and thumbs up and likes and comments if that's making sense. The other thing I'm hearing kind of like ricocheting off my brain, but if you have, I feel your questions. Ooh, and now we went in like 5 different directions. Okay, first of all, when the energy is moving slower worldwide, I want you to get really discerning, because something interesting happens worldwide is that there are a lot of courses and programs and learning opportunities that arise at this time of year, because it's like the people that running those courses and programs recognize that this is a time of year when people are looking for answers. They're looking for solutions, they're looking for help. Because things are moving slow, they think there's something wrong. Now, number one, there's nothing wrong. There's also nothing wrong with seeking out a course or a program or a training if you truly need it. What I'm asking you to do is be discerning about choosing one that really matches your heart's desire and not your mind's fear that there's something wrong. And please let me know if that's making sense. And I offer discovery calls where we can talk for free with each other. If you're like, I need some help, I am so stuck, I can't get moving without help, I will get on the phone and talk with you about if I'm a great fit to help you get unstuck, because that's what I do for people, or if I think there's something else you can do. Yeah, Elton, of course you could have a reading. All you have to do is hop over to thejoyhealer.com and click on the Work With Me button and schedule your reading. It's like that easy peasy, right? So guys, this is a great time of year to get help. And some of you may remember last year I was doing a whole bunch of learning myself in this energetic time. It's super fabulous for that. I just want you to make smart decisions and use your financial and energetic resources in a way that's going to like so serve you and skyrocket you to the next level of your growth and expansion. Okay, the other thing I'm hearing that we're going to quickly discuss, and then I'm going to pull an oracle card for you, is the questions. Last week I felt it like rain. This week I'm feeling it like being peppered. There are some really serious questions that you all are wanting to ask, and you're allowing fear to prevent you from asking the questions, whether you're asking them right here publicly or sending me a private message or booking a session at thejoyhealer.com, like I was saying to Elton. And the reason you're letting fear stop you is because you already know the answer is probably going to make you a little bit uncomfortable. Not that the answer is wrong, and I don't even think the answers would surprise you, but it's like we fight so much against feeling uncomfortable that we prevent and disallow our own evolution and growth as humans. So what the guidance is saying is like you've got to ask those hard questions. Whether that means you're going to make the person you're asking feel uncomfortable, or you're going to feel uncomfortable receiving the answer, it is often through that discomfort that we realize it really wasn't all that bad anyway. And then we're able to move forward. So ask the questions, ask the questions, ask the questions. Publicly, privately, in a session, whatever. Make sense? So I do want to pull an oracle card for you guys. I feel like that our time using oracle cards is winding down, similarly to the way the weekly energy charge up is shifting, because I am now being guided to infuse everything with energy healing and everything is coming right from source, that the using the tool of the oracle cards may not be as necessary as it was 2 years ago. And so we really have to welcome and allow that evolution as things grow and expand and change. And the reason I mention that is because I have like 8 decks of oracle cards and I didn't really super feel drawn to any of them. I felt like I was going to be able to deliver the messages that we needed this week without using them. The reason I did choose this deck, the Sacred Rebels, is because I know it has a card in it called Spirals of Manifestation. And I don't know if I'm going to pull that card or not, but what I love about that card's message is it says, sometimes we feel further away from our goal than ever before. And it feels like in this energetic slowing down that many of you feel that way, that like the thing you've been striving and yearning for, it makes me a little bit weepy for you. Like you're never going to get there. It's never going to happen. It's so far away. I want to cry for you. But that card, Spirals of Manifestation, says it's in those moments you're closer than you think, because it's just a turning of the wheel. It's almost like the thing you're trying to manifest isn't a full circle away from you. It's like a half circle away. But because it's around a curve, you can't see it or feel it yet. And that's why I chose this deck. Let's see what card we get, though. Whoa, that one. Get out. That is sometimes how it rolls when we choose cards, the ones that like come flying out of the deck. This is Conscious Connections. Take a look at the image. Conscious Connections. There's a lot going on. At first I was like really drawn to the koi fish over in the corner by my fingers. And what's really interesting about the card to me is it's asking us to make conscious connections, and it's like they're not even looking at each other, although this woman is looking directly at you. It's like the other one is like, oh, I can't deal, and it makes me think of that whole scenario I was just saying to you about asking the questions. It's like she's so ready to have a heartfelt conversation with you about the questions and the answers. And it's like this one is like, oh, but I can't deal. The answers aren't going to break you, you guys. The answers, if anything, are going to uphold you. They might crack down some barriers or some old truths or some old energy and believings that no longer serve you, but the answers will never destroy you. On a soul level, you can never be destroyed anyway. In the guidebook, it says there is a call for intimacy in your immediate relationships. There is an opening for heart-to-heart communication that can salvage and restore a broken relationship or friendship if you're willing to honor your differences and look to what unites you. And I do believe that in this time of slowing down, it's like, can we forego the immediacy of a quick text and get on the phone and talk to each other? Can we forego the like, I'm just going to email you all the information and actually show up and hand somebody the paperwork? The oracle asks you to remain open to healing connections and to allow people to be close to you. As the joy healer, if there is one thing I can absolutely affirm about that, and trusting in the process that draws people into your life, you have to open up. You have to, in those moments, be more truthful than you've ever been, more vulnerable, more allowing to say, I need help. Can you answer this question? Can you show me where to find the answer? That's where satisfaction and fulfillment comes from in human relationships, from intimacy. Not, again, not like sexy intimacy, although that's part of it. It's heart intimacy. And then everything stopped and got quiet. If you have been asking for healing in your current friendships or other immediate relationships, know this can happen through your willingness to express your true feelings, right? So not even so much about asking the other person to express their true feelings, but for you to express your true feelings. And that is going to get you energetically unstuck in your relationships. And I just heard the phrase like declutter your relationships. Apologize, make amends, clear the air. You don't even have to agree, but kindly speak the validation of your own feelings and allow the other person to agree or disagree. And that is where heart-centered connections and conscious connections come from. And energetic slowing is a really sweet and tender time to do it because people are not frantically running around doing like 8 million things. Okay, I'm hearing we're going to go ahead and get ready to close the video, and that I get to tell you I am dying to send you a love bomb. I said it at the beginning of the video with Valentine's Day. While I don't do a lot in my own life for Valentine's Day, I love hearts. I love red and pink and purple hearts and flowers and all that silly stuff, and I just want to like love bomb you so hard. So probably, and don't ask me what time because I have no idea what my Friday is going to end up being entirely. Parts of it worked out. But at some point, I'm probably going to pop on and do like the world's shortest live video where I'm just like, love bomb, and like send it to you and then be done. So keep your eyes peeled for the love bomb. Oh yeah, what's up with the joy healer thing? Because that's brand new. I will answer that question soon, either in a week or two on a video or in a written post, but I'll answer your question. Don't be shy though about asking me. Comments here privately in a session. Let's do it, my friends. I love you. You're awesome. Thank you so much for being here with me. Visit me at thejoyhealer.com and click on work with me to schedule your private intuitive energy reading and guidance session so that we can get you unstuck, having fulfillment, joy, clarity, and alignment with your soul's purpose. Like, because why would you want anything less for yourself, right? You're awesome. I will see you next week and hopefully on Friday for a love bomb. Until then, have a beautiful day. I love you guys. Namaste.